Everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you are. This is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. I'm very excited to be here today. We're on a path. We're on a series of Zoom Blitz today. So there's a Zoom every 2 hours. Today, I want to welcome everybody. We're going to showcase an idea that is blazing across the world. And times have changed. I think, for me, especially the last 3 years, the past change, and we all know that, right? And today we're going to share with all of you some ideas, what is happening and what is possible. And look, if we want to do something different, if we want to live a different way as opposed to just listening to the TV, worried about what's going to happen in the next few months or next year, well, what if we can take a little bit of that and put it into practice where we can be more free, more secure in our life? So today I'm going to share with you some ideas really transforming the world. My background, I've been a business owner for more than 30 years now. Originally I'm from Hong Kong. I've been living in the States for 45 years. And growing up here, living in what we call the land of opportunity, right? There's definitely things we can do to change. And nowadays, where the world is so connected, well, we all know what's happening. And there's always something that we can do about how to live better in our lives and also take care of the ones we love. So I'm going to share with some ideas here because there is a huge season of change right now that's happening, the shifting across the world, I like to call it. And especially, like I said before, the last 3 years, well, we all start waking up to the reality, the things of how dependent we're on the government, maybe, or our jobs, or the way of life that we live in a civilized society. But what if it can be different? And many people, as a matter of fact, like I'm one of those, I'm reaching back toward the roots of how we live. But that comes to mind, though. We still need to do something about survival in terms of financially, also physically, in terms of being well rather than being sick, but also have that peace of mind. So this shift into the season of change, and change is constant. That's the only thing that's constant is change. Well, let's look at how we can do something about it. For me, I've been a business person, so I've seen there's been an evolution of business models. And most of the time, if it was just me and you, we're individuals, maybe we have a startup and we do everything ourselves. So maybe we share with other people what we're doing, but we have to do everything ourselves. We have to find a product, create the product, do the marketing, set up as you picture here, a little push cart. All right. Maybe serve one customer at a time with a small overhead. I mean, that's what most people do to start a business. And maybe on a bigger scale, we can do a storefront. Like I used to be, for example, in a furniture business. So I had a store, I had employees, and still, it's a word of mouth business. Of course, people tell people if you have something good. I spent a lot of money on advertising. So definitely more overhead with the storefront. And but with a store, I could serve more customers. Well, then I think about in 1995, almost 30 years ago, there's something called the internet that got very popular. I remember that because that's when I opened the first store. And they talk about doing business online. And let me tell you, at that time, you were not able to because we were still on dial-up. For those of you who know what dial-up is that getting the internet through a physical telephone line. It took forever. So as technology evolved, well, yeah, by 97, 98, 99, the year 2000, where the internet was dispersed at a higher speed, we can actually create a website and see how we can sell products online. And that leads to a virtual store online business. And you need to advertise in things such as a search engine. It's still a word of mouth, right? Like we look for reviews and all that, like from places like Amazon or other retailers where we look at the reviews. But also the benefit of that, as the business models evolve, is that there's no geographical boundaries. So, but there's definitely still overhead, if not more, though. But it is changing. It has changed the way we live and the way we purchase, right? Because all of us do something online right now. If it's either banking or shopping or messaging other people. Well, that last part, messaging other people, the internet are to connect people. And there is something called the social e-commerce where business is done by relationship, where people have very similar interests. Like for example, I love cars. I have a Porsche, so join the Porsche club, right? A car club, right? So, well, people start to come together in groups and to share similar interests, to live their life online. One thing about this model, you can definitely leverage the global economy. And if you're going to do business, though, in terms of social e-commerce, well, there's less overhead because it's more about building a relationship. And actually, for me, that's how business has been done. Through my life, it's through trust and relationship. So let's look at the features and functions of each model. Well, when you first start in a startup, it's a lot of selling directly to other people, right? Person to person, one-on-one at a time. With a storefront, you can sell to more than one person. So you have more and more customers, and they come see the merchandise or whatever you have to offer. They feel good, and if you're a good expert at explaining what it is, yeah, definitely, you get some customers. With a virtual online business, it's more of a cloud base. It's like in the cloud, right? Like it's in the air. The internet is something virtual that it exists in our imagination, but there's no physical space for it, except in probably little computers all over the world, right? So in this cloud that we created, it markets to customers. So it's B2C, business to customers. Well, the thing is, with the social e-commerce, there's a trend. There's a shifting. And I'm not talking about just going on Instagram, Facebook, and have a little affiliate program. But the next step ahead of that, because the affiliate program, well, it's not quite relationship based. Yeah, you can sell to anybody. But when you build relationships, you can market to people and also empower them to share with others. And so cloud to cloud, we share interest, because when you have interest common, you start talking about it. I know people who get excited about talking about movies, talking about a product they're using, talking about a car that they drive, talking about the area where they live, such as in real estate, right? So then it started to change. This e-commerce started to become not only a B2C business, but a C2B business. So this is pretty amazing. So let's look at the ecosystem of the business, okay? So a platform, well, to do social e-commerce, you need a platform, right? So the platform is a provider. It provides product or services. And they have a management team who do a lot of research and development, and also does business with logistics. They have to be able to ship the product wherever they are. And again, e-commerce is about not only local, but global, right? Now, so in a way, the provider or platform, they're like a hardware. It's something that's, that is something that doesn't change, as services, and it's there. So the participant, like me and you, we're part of this social community, knit together around the world. Well, we are like the software. We are the ones running the platform, actually. We are using the platform and spreading the business around. So what are some of the influencing factors that affect this business? Well, mainly it's three things: the economy, timing, and trend. Look, imagine now, I believe, almost everywhere in the world, inflation is very high. The economy affects how people spend, right? But at the same time, having been a business owner for more than 3 decades, what I see is that no matter if the economy is good or bad, somebody is always making money. The question is their business? Is their business model? Does it have the right timing? Is it catching a trend? Is it meeting the needs of the people out there? And I'm talking about like to the masses. These three things are very important in business. Now, But imagine, like I said, in social e-commerce, the overhead is very low, right? And if you're able to touch people from around the world, you literally can leverage your business with people around the world. The economy might be better in one country versus another, right? And the people in countries that have economy, they have purchasing power, and they're spread to other places around the world, while the people in maybe the more economically challenged countries, they're leveraging this global platform to reach others around the world who can, for example, have a better economic power to consume. It is very interesting, when you look at this, it's a major shift of how not only how we live, how we do business, how we're doing it, how we're making a living, right? Or making a fortune, some might say. So there's a big trend out where science is meeting wellness. I'm going to explain to you some concepts. I'm going to show you a few things that is, for me, groundbreaking. It's so exciting because one of the biggest trends out there is wellness, right? Especially after the pandemic. So, with what we're doing here, we actually have a platform. We're working with some of the most amazing scientists and doctors in the world. And we have a global leader with Dr. Dan Gubler, who is a leader in phytonutrient curation. He's a researcher, he is a developer, PhD biochemist, used to be a TED professor, have taught and researched at some of the top schools in the US, such as the Caltech in Pasadena, which is one of the top 2 science schools in all of the United States. He's with this platform that we have called 3. And through him and some of the other scientists that he works with, we develop an advanced delivery system in supplementation, okay? Because, the food we eat, it doesn't have the nutrition that it had maybe 50 years ago. So people living, they're more living on processed food. Even if you eat, you're still not acquiring nutrients like trace minerals, for example, that your body can use. It's lacking. So that's why people have more chronic health challenges, I believe, and many other issues, right? Even though we're living longer, maybe because of the better care, but are we really more healthy? So that's the question. So through advanced delivery system, it's about what you can absorb. I remember years ago, growing up, taking a nutrition class in college, and they say, "Hey, you are what you eat." Or your DNA is the blueprint of your body. Let me tell you something, folks. It's like that. That's old information. You might as well just wipe it out and listen, because it's not about what you eat. It's about totally what you can absorb on a cellular level. Your body is made out of more than 100 trillion cells. So you are here. You are there functioning, not as an individual necessarily. Maybe your consciousness, but your body is made up of all these cells that work together to create a body. Yeah, wow, profound, right? So absorption, it has to be very powerful. And through Dr. Dan, we and some of the scientists, we really create technology and products that we can absorb on a level that's never been heard of before. And look, your body is made out of 70% water. So of course you can absorb water pretty much 100%. But any supplements out, maybe look, you go to different places, and it could be a drugstore, could be a club store like Costco or Sam's Club, or online you buy supplements. Majority of them you can only absorb 10 to 15%. Well, what if they're nutrition supplements with vitamins and minerals and specifically curated ingredients picked out from special plants, and not only the whole, but the molecule that affects how your body and your genes operate? What if you put those in supplements where you can absorb anywhere from 30 to 95%? That's unheard of, folks. That's groundbreaking. And that's the science of 2023, moving 2024 now, right? And with all the science, we have amazing doctors, actually an incredible scientific advisor board that advises the company and the scientists on a pro bono basis, that they do it for no money. They put their face and name out there because they have a lot of credibility, a lot of them from Johns Hopkins Mayo Clinic, one of the top medical institutions in all of the U.S. A lot of them are very experts in their field, and they really, really care about what is possible to help other people to become more healthy, especially after pandemic. As a matter of fact, we're more than 800 medical professionals now in our business just within a few months. It's been quite amazing. And through them and our scientific team, they've come up study after study. First is a third-party absorption study. Now we have a third-party epigenetic study. So if you don't know about epigenetics, what I mentioned before, they used to say that DNA is the blueprint for your body. Well, it's not quite like that. It's actually epigenome. It's the genes in the DNA. Humans who have more than 20,000 genes, is those genes turning on and off that determines how tall we are, how short we are, how healthy we are, different functions of the body, how the cells can function better depending on genes on or off or modulating up or down, right? So we actually did a third party New Zealand epigenetic study that is groundbreaking, that actually shows that science and the products influences our body on a cellular level, on a DNA level, where we can have a healthier body, wellness, right? And of course, the science is backed by quality tested, and all our products are listed in something called PDR. It used to be called the physician's desk reference. Now it's called the prescriber's digital reference. And this tool is used by all the doctors in the US. That's where they look up, drugs and ingredients and the side effects, or how to use the drug, etc. But our supplements, which are not drugs, they're actually listed in the PDR. To be in the PDR, it brings a lot of credibility, because you do have to have science behind what you have to offer. It's not like, oh, here's a banana, it's good for you, right? And put it in the PDR. It doesn't work like that. So it has to be something specific, as something that's beneficial. So we have amazing technology that's working, and that creates a more amazing business opportunity. Because look, in life, good opportunities comes once in a while. And when we're born and where we are now, where we're going, that is our lifespan, right? The time that we're on this earth. And the question is, look, as we live on a daily basis, we look at the past, we can see where we've been, how we're educated, how we grow up, how we came into what we do to make a living and to be on this earth. But, let me tell you, how the future is determined is not by the past, but it's determined by this very moment that we're living in. It's by every decisions that you make. One of the people that I look up to and listen to when I was struggling in life, he said, you know what? Every decision, your destiny, your future, your now has been or will be from every decision that you make in your life. Decision after decision after decision, it has brought you to where you are today. And it will bring you to where you will be in the future. So the question is, are you open to maybe having a better life for you and your family? Or maybe do things that you still wish you could do, right? That's the question, because are you wanting more? And so the first way you start with is, look, you got to know where you are now, right? It's like the GPS, right? You go on the phone, the first place, before you can know where you're going to go, you got to put in where you are now. Then you put in where you want to go. The question is, do you want more? And what's your why? Why are you doing what you do, or just go with the flow and there you are? Are you living a life of purpose? Are you doing the things you wish you could have done? And do you have the vehicle? Are you in the right vehicle? Or if not, there is others out there, such as with us in 3. Okay. So this vehicle is something that we get into, and it can't take us to where we want to go. We just have to know how to operate it, and we have to go take some action to get there, right? So action plan is very, very important. Now, as we get on this new concept of social e-commerce, to do any business on here, it's definitely new. It's never been done before. It's only because of the internet, and the internet has evolved. And our motto is so new, where it embraces the internet, where it can touch people from around the world, from all walks of life. To be successful, to do it, Well, you gotta learn it the right way. You gotta learn it from proven people. Like maybe some of you are doing so good in your specialty, in your career, in your job, or in your business. Well, to be on this social e-commerce platform, to reach the world, to be a part of this global expanding community, learn it right and do it right. And it's very simple. The third part is once we do that, we teach other people. Because remember what I mentioned, social e-commerce is about you sharing and also empowering other people to share, because people naturally get excited about the things they love, but how to do it with the best practices, learn from the proven ones. So this business is actually like a turnkey system. So for example, with free, we have an app you can use. We have a website you can go to. It has the how to operate the business, and also on the website there's a back office. And actually, more recently, we came out with a workbook, the Our Welcome Orientation Workbook, to guide you step by step how to jumpstart your business. And from there, we provide tools. We created tools. The number one is for those who are interested in the opportunity. And this PDF style, it has QR code. And also, if you click on the PDF on your phone, iPad, any touch device, or click on it with a mouse, it can actually send you with a link to the video to show more of what the opportunity is about. And we have another tool for the people that are interested in the product and science. We have a lot of videos to educate, and that's the purpose. We love to educate people on wellness and business. And the third tool, look, if the people want to get involved and really, be a part of this global community to leverage this social e-commerce that's spreading around the world, we have a brand ambassador tool to teach step by step how to do the business. So, and this idea is very simple. This is a turnkey business system. And from there, look, life is about transformation. It's a cycle of growth and transformation. Many years ago, when I had my traditional business, I thought, why do I need to grow? Well, what I realized after, having some years under my belt now is that the more you have personal growth, the more open you are, the more open your eyes will be. From your mind sight to your eyesight, where you can see more what the world really has to offer you. People talk about the world is very abundant, right? How many of you feel that and know that? Well, if you can think it, you can see it. You can see it with your mind, you can see it with your eye. But also from there, if you were more open every day and knowing that, hey, the world is really a palm of your hand. Literally today with the internet, it's a little device called an iPhone or Android phone, right? This is not even a phone anymore. It's more like a computer where you can touch the world. So to go through the cycle of growth and transformation, well, learn to do it, live it. And then you got to do it, teach it, and lead other people to it. Because look, especially after the pandemic, the world is so small now. I think more and more people realize that, there's so much they can do for themselves and for other people. And what if we can benefit ourselves automatically by benefiting other people, where it's a win-win situation? I've been an entrepreneur for so long. And one thing is, it's always a dog-eat-dog world, right? And that's a lot of that's the old mindset, the new paradigm with the social e-commerce is, if you benefit and you share with others, you can benefit too. And from there, that's where 3 comes in. And as a matter of fact, hey, we've been, moving the business. We just launched, we opened a website for pre-launch in February. We launched officially in US and then also in Asia, in Hong Kong. We launched in June. So we're 7 months since we just launched. So this is a brand new ground floor opportunity. The timing cannot be any better. And we are already shipping products all over the world. The products are changing people's lives. Dr. has been speaking around the world. Many of us brand ambassadors, we've been helping people build a business, teach them about the science and the products, and also the business tools, how to use them. We've been doing that. And we've been actually offering something called Founder Pack, which at this, we think it's going to sell out in a couple of days. So this Founder Pack actually empowers people, where they get, anywhere from 3 to, depending on 1 or 2 people, 3 to 6 months of product, and empowers them to make more money financially. They can benefit with the packages. That package is $1,960. It's one time where you get the products to use. And then, but what you can do with that package is to make more money right away. And then also that you will get a piece of what we call the founder pool, a share of the global sales of the company over and over again for the lifetime of the company. So for the people who are founded, they just need to get a few customers. That's it. To work the business to make that the founder pool. And as your business grow, the bigger it gets, the more shares you get. So that's how it works. And we're going to sell out of that in I would say probably at this pace, just in a couple more days. That's why we're doing a webinar blitz. So this time, what I encourage you to do is, look, if this is something that sounds very interesting to you, I would immediately back with the person who told you about the Zoom and ask him, get the questions out of the way, get started, because less than 2 hours from now, about hour and 30 minutes, 35 minutes, we're going to have another Zoom with another speaker. For today and tomorrow, it's every 2 hours we have the Zoom to showcase actually what's been happening around the world, the new business model, how we can benefit, the science and the trend. That's what we're doing every 2 hours. So get started, get people on the next Zoom, and we'll see you in about an hour and a half. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Let's get go, share on the social e-commerce. Thank you. Samson Lee signing off. Take care.